Welcome to English Story Lab, where you learn English by listening to stories. Here is how to use this episode. The first time, just listen and enjoy the mystery. Don't worry about every word. Simply relax and follow the pictures in your mind. The second time, listen for 8 useful English phrases. We will explain each one clearly, and you will hear them again inside the story, so they stick. Today's story is a locked room mystery. Picture a small art gallery on opening night. A valuable painting hangs in a sealed room. Only 4 people are inside. Then the lights go out, and when they come back, the painting is gone. 4 guests. 1 sealed room, 1 missing painting. Who took it? Let's find out. The Marlowe Gallery glowed with candlelight on opening night. In the sealed viewing room hung a small painting called The Blue Harbor. Its paint was still faintly wet, and it was worth a small fortune. The room had only 1 door, and a small camera watched it from above. 4 guests stood inside. Vivian, the gallery owner, welcomed everyone in her red silk gown. Charles, a rich collector, stared hungrily at the painting. Margaret, an art critic, studied it closely in her white gloves. And Theo, the quiet young assistant, stood by the wall with his flat black portfolio. All evening, he had fussed with the old ceiling lights, which often failed. Suddenly, they flickered and died. In the dark, someone gasped. When the lights came back, the frame was empty. At once, every guest gave an alibi, a reason they could not have done it. Nora Quill, a sharp amateur detective, had come only as a guest. Now she stepped forward with her small notebook. "No one has left this room," she said calmly. "The door never opened, so the painting is still here with us." She began to rule out suspects, to cross them off her list one by one. Charles spoke loudest of all. "I offered to buy that painting tonight. Everyone knows I wanted it," he said angrily. "Why would I steal what I was ready to pay for?" But Nora only smiled. A man who shouts about wanting something, she thought, is often a red herring, a false clue that pulls you the wrong way. The real thief would stay very quiet and let the others argue. Nora looked closely at the empty frame. It still hung perfectly straight on the wall. The wire behind it was uncut and folded neatly, not torn or broken at all. "That's strange," she said quietly. "A thief in a hurry, working in the dark, grabs the picture and runs. But this frame was left tidy, almost with care. It doesn't add up." When something doesn't add up, the facts do not fit together the way they should. Someone in this room had not panicked in the darkness. Someone had known exactly what they were doing and exactly where the painting was. Nora turned slowly and looked at each of the 4 calm faces. One of them was lying to her, but which one? Let's pause and look at 4 phrases from the story. First, an alibi. An alibi is proof that you were somewhere else, so you could not have done something wrong. Each guest gave an alibi. Second, to rule out. When you rule someone out, you decide they are not guilty and remove them from your list. Nora began to rule out suspects. Third, a red herring. A red herring is a false clue that leads you away from the truth. Loud Charles was a possible red herring. Fourth, it doesn't add up. When something doesn't add up, the facts do not fit together and something feels wrong. The neat, tidy frame simply didn't add up. Keep these 4 phrases in mind as the mystery goes on. Nora returned to what she had already seen and heard. She began to narrow it down, to reduce 4 suspects to just 1. Margaret wore white gloves all evening, yet the gloves were perfectly clean. Anyone who had lifted a wet painting would have left blue marks on them. Nora ruled her out. Charles was loud and greedy, but the camera above the door showed him standing in the light of the hallway for the whole dark minute. never moving. Ruled out. Vivian owned the gallery, and the missing painting was her star piece. Losing it only hurt her own business. Ruled out. That left one quiet figure by the wall. Earlier, Nora remembered, Theo had straightened that very painting with easy, careful hands and had said, almost to himself, that the old wiring always trips at the worst moment. Then Nora looked at Theo's cuff. A faint smear of blue paint marked the white cloth, the exact blue of the missing harbor. Yet he had told everyone that he never touched the canvas tonight. Only one person knew that the lights would fail because he looks after them, Nora said quietly. Only one person moved through the dark room, saying he was searching for the switch. And only one person could lift a wet painting without smudging it, because he knew every single inch of that picture. The only explanation, she said, turning to face him, is that you took it, Theo, and it is inside your portfolio right now. The whole room seemed to hold its breath. For a moment, nobody moved. Theo's hands trembled. Slowly, he opened the flat portfolio, and there lay the blue harbor, rolled up with great care. He had given himself away. The paint on his cuff and his words about the wiring had quietly revealed his guilt. But then the real truth came to light. I painted it, Theo whispered. Those small initials in the corner are mine. Vivian sold my work under a famous name and paid me nothing. Tonight I only took back what was already mine. Vivian's face turned pale. Nora looked at the young painter for a long, quiet moment. She held the proof of a crime in her hands and a difficult choice in her heart. Should she call the police or let the painting go home? What would you do? Now the last 4 phrases. To narrow it down means to reduce many choices to just a few or to one. Nora narrowed 4 suspects down to Theo. The only explanation is the single answer that fits every fact once the others are gone. Nora said the only explanation was that Theo took the painting. To give yourself away means to reveal your secret by accident, often through a small mistake. The blue paint on Theo's cuff gave him away. And finally, to come to light means that a hidden fact becomes known. The truth about the real artist came to light at the very end. 4 clues, 4 phrases, all fair and all there from the start. So what happened? A valuable painting vanished from a sealed room with only 4 people inside. Nora Quill weighed each guest's alibi, spotted the red herring, and ruled out the loud collector, the gloved critic, and the worried owner. The tidy frame didn't add up, so she narrowed it down to Theo, whose blue-stained cuff gave him away. The only explanation was that he took the painting, his own painting, and the truth about Vivian came to light. In the end, Nora quietly let Theo keep his work and warned Vivian to pay her artists honestly. Now, 3 quick questions. 1. Why was Charles a red herring? 2. What small clue gave Theo away? 3. Why did Theo take the painting? Pause the video and think, or write your answers in the comments below. Thank you for listening to English Story Lab. You just solved a locked room mystery in English. Well done. Nora Quill will return with a new case and new clues hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this story, another mystery is waiting for you right now, so keep listening and keep learning. And if these phrases helped you, please subscribe so a new story finds you every week. Until next time, keep your eyes open. The answer is always there.